Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the immune system. The immune system is like your body's personal guard. Every day you come into contact with millions of germs on your phone, in the air, when you shake someone's hand, and most of the time you don't even get sick. That is because your immune system is always on the job, working 24/7 trying to protect you. It can recognize harmful invaders such as viruses or bacteria. It fights them off and even remembers some of them in case they come back. It is one of the most powerful and important systems in your body. It keeps you safe even without you realizing it. Now let's go through what your body is fighting and then we'll talk about how it's fighting it. Microbes. Microbes are also known as microorganisms. They're tiny living things, so small you need a microscope to see them. They include things such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, and even single organisms such as protozoa. While many microbes can cause infection, most of them are harmless, and some of them are actually super useful. For example, certain bacteria in your gut help break down food, and fungi helps decompose dead plants and recycle nutrients, and yeast lets us bake. Microbes live everywhere in soil, oceans, on your skin, and even inside your body. They play a vital role in ecosystems, industries, and your health. Now let's talk about pathogens. Pathogens are the tiny organisms. They are basically the disease causing microbes. They sneak past your immune defenses, they multiply, release toxins, and damage cells, leading to symptoms such as fever, aches, rashes, etc. Some pathogens can spread through the air while someone coughs, while others take a ride on contaminated food or water. Fortunately, vaccines and hygiene practices such as washing your hands helps keep most of the pathogens in check. Now let's talk about the different types of pathogens. Bacteria. Bacteria are living single celled organisms. They carry out all the basic functions of life in one cell. They come in all shapes and sizes and can be found almost anywhere, from soil and water to inside your body. Because they have their own circular machinery, bacteria can grow and reproduce independently, often by simply splitting in two. Most of them are harmless and some of them are beneficial, but others can cause infections, but they are treatable with antibodies. Viruses. Viruses are not cells. They cannot live or reproduce on their own. Instead, they are packets of genetic material, DNA or RNA. They are wrapped in protein shells. To make many copies of themselves, these viruses sneak into a host cell. They hijack its machinery and then churn out more viral particles. They are generally much smaller than bacteria and come in variety shapes. Because viruses depend entirely on their host cells, antibiotics don't work against them. Instead, we have to rely on antivirals to block their life cycles or vaccines to train our immune system to recognize and destroy them before they take over our cells. Moving on to fungi. Fungi are a unique type of microbes. They are found in everything, from single celled yeast to familiar mushrooms we eat. Unlike plants, fungi can't make their food on their own. They have to absorb the nutrients by breaking down organic material, which makes them the nature's recyclers. Their cells are made of chitin. It's the same tough material that is made insect shells, and they reproduce via pores that float through the air or ride on animals. Some fungi are helpful, like yeast, while others can spoil food or cause infections, such as athlete's foot. While they're not decomposing fallen leaves in the forest or turning grapes into wine, these fungi can play vital roles in the ecosystem. Lastly, we have parasites. Parasites are like uninvited hitchhikers. They sneak onto other organisms, called the host cells, and they steal the nutrients and energy from the host cells to survive. Unlike the friendly microbes in your guts, parasites generally harm their host by feeding off them, causing symptoms that can range from mild itching to serious illness. Some parasites have complex life cycles, hopping between different hosts. Think of a tapeworm egg, starting in a flea, then moving into a mouse, and then finally ending up in a cat's intestines. While it sounds gross, studying parasites actually helps scientists develop treatments and prevention strategies. Now that we've covered of what the immune system fights, let's talk about how it fights. Your immune system has a layered strategy, which we often call the three lines of defense. Each line is more special and powerful compared to the last. So if a pathogen slips past one layer, it still has two more layers to go. It's very hard to get through all three defenses, but not impossible. Starting with the first defense. Your first line of defense is a physical and chemical cover that keeps the pathogens out. The skin. It's a waterproof barrier, and as we know, it covers our entire body. But cuts and blazes can breach this defense. So, cleaning and addressing wounds is very crucial. Pathogens can also enter through your mouth, eyes, airways. But reflexes such as coughing up any invaders from your lungs, sneezing to clear your nose, and vomiting to clear your stomach keep you safe. Then we also have protective fluids such as tears and saliva. They contain enzymes that can degrade bacterial cell walls. We also have mucus. It's a sticky secretion coating your nose, throat, lungs, and intestines. It traps the germs before they can attach to any cells. Your body produces over a liter of mucus every day. Now let's move on to the second defense. If your pathogen/disease breaks through the body's first defense and causes an infection, your second defense springs into action. Starting your second defense. It triggers a fever, rising your temperature about 38 degrees to slow down the pathogen growth and to potentially kill the pathogen by making it too hot for it. It also creates an inflammation, flooding the affected area with extra blood and white blood cells. This can lead to redness, heat, swelling. It unleashes the phagocytes, specialized white blood cells that literally engulf and digest anything they don't recognize, including invaders. As these cells attack, many of them die and accumulate pus, signaling that your body is working very hard to clear out this infection. If that doesn't work, we have the third line of defense. Your third line of defense is highly specialized and focuses on identifying and eliminating these specific pathogens. Establishing a long term protection, it relies on two types of blood cells: B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. The B cells recognize antigens on the invaders and respond by producing antibodies that bind specifically to those antigens. The antibody binding neutralizes the pathogens or marks them for destruction by any other immune cells. These activated B cells undergo clonal expansion, creating an army of cells that secrete antibodies in quantities. The T cells, on the other hand, directly attack and kill the infected cells. After the infection is cleared out, both the B cells and the T cells differentiate into memory cells. These memory cells remain in your body for years or decades. In case the same pathogen tries to invade your body again, these memory cells trigger a swift and powerful response. And since your body has fought this pathogen before, it doesn't take very long to secrete the antibody, neutralizing or killing the threat before the symptoms arise. So you might not even realize that you're sick. Anyway, that's all I have for you today, and thank you for watching and listening to my video. Leave a like and share this video with your friends if you found it useful, and also consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you.